some communications teachers in our program are using Prezi already. I know that in our computer classes, some instructors are also using Prezi already. I've been a little slow to get on, and I think the reason for that is that I've been using the Google Apps Suite that does have a presentation software piece in it. Obviously, it's nowhere near as good or as flashy as Prezi. It really doesn't bring the presentations to life the same way. So the plan for me is that I want to be using it as much as possible. I have some great ideas on activities that students could do. At the Alpha Plus workshop, so I guess that was the MTML day, right? The Metro Toronto Movement for Literacy. We were meeting together, and there was a session in the afternoon. And I knew I'd worked with a lot of the technology products before, but Prezi was something that I'd seen and interacted with a bit, but I had definitely not had a proper session, and it was excellent. Yeah. I've been making a couple of Prezis to make sure that I know how the software works, and the next step will be to actually bring it into the classroom. Oh, just because it really does bring presentations to life. I think it's one of those things. The reason I think it's a special product is that it has the perfect balance between easy to use and the excitement of the final product. So you can make something that looks really amazing in a really short time with just the basic skills. You don't, right? It's a really well designed product. They make the interface makes it easy for people to do exciting things. Each of our students has their own learning plan. They have a journey that they're supposed to go on through the program. And well, actually during that same presentation where I was learning Prezi, I saw one of the templates was kind of this pathway that people follow, and it just seems perfect that we would be getting our students to start out in the early computer class, that maybe they would be making a Prezi about what their journey is, because everyone's is different. They might be taking certain classes, they might have other things they need to do outside, but basically there's a path and it's goals, and they'd be able to put in times. And then the best part is that they get to edit it as they went, and so this goal path thing, this journey thing, ends up turning into their portfolio. It's the story of things they've accomplished. Here's a link to this piece that I wrote that I published on Google Docs. Here's a presentation that I did for such and such. Here's here's tons of things, photos, everything. I can only imagine. It is hard to completely change curriculum on the fly, so maybe it's something we'll look at trying to start with in September. And it's not that they're not using technology like this. They are using that kind of stuff in their communications lab times already. It's just if we want to integrate something like that into their plan where we're going to fundamentally change something, we have to. It'll take some time. And we don't have computers or access to technology in every classroom. So I find that to be a bit of a barrier too, because maybe one day you want to say, even if it's in math, it's like, okay, we accomplished this, I want you to add this to your Prezi. There's the perfect time to start integrating technology into the subjects, as opposed to trying to teach technology as some separate thing. It's a good integrated project. Here's something we could do in the class, and that's why it would be really nice to have devices in the class every day. That being said, I also like some classroom time away from the technology and the devices as well, where I like to mix it up a bit. I wouldn't want every second of every class to have a computer there, because I think that some of the traditional skills can be taught better without the use of technology sometimes. How could teachers be using it? I plan to have my curriculum on, it's such a great central place to hold your curriculum. I might map our way through, the first 3 fundamental units using Prezi, and here's a link to this, and here's this, and here's a tool and an activity. So I would really because it is so visual and so exciting, I think that it would be great. It's exciting for the students to interact with it. So it would be great if I could get more of my material on there. I think that's an easy thing that any teacher could do. And if they are kind of locked into a system like Blackboard or Moodle or Desire to Learn, you can still point to Prezi from that, right? You could still open up a frame and be using Prezi through Blackboard, for example, and the students wouldn't necessarily even realize that they were using, something that they were pointing to a site outside. Actually, the education accounts that are available, that's what I signed up for, and I believe that's available for students as well, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty certain that it is. And so, yeah, the basic account where everything is public, I think that's okay to use as long as students are aware that whatever they're putting up there is going to be public. Some students may want to opt out of that, and I guess you deal with that situation when it comes along. But I think that if you can just sign up for one of the education accounts, then you do have the ability to make it private, and you have a lot of storage space. Yeah. I think it's a really good, polished product. I think it's really well designed. I think it's easy to use and understand, and it's one of those where you have a tool where you can do some incredibly creative things, right? It's a chance to allow students to be really creative but still productive at the same time. I don't think that it's a major distraction like some other technologies would be. So I think that it's something that as a teacher, if you're reasonably technical, you could teach yourself in a weekend how to use it, and you could be using it in the classroom the following week if you wanted.